Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of MATC Now, but this time, Spring Break Edition. Learn about all the sweet treats spring has to offer, how to apply for scholarships, and get some vital travel tips for your time off. All this and more, starting right now. Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited today because today's program of the week is MATC's Baking and Pastry Arts Associate Degree Program. Joining us this afternoon is MATC alumni, part-time cake decorating instructor, and cake shop owner, Gloria D'Angelo. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And so tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here.
Okay, well, I was invited to talk a little bit about my experience at MATC.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through the ESL programs. I learned the language, and then while I was there, I learned about the culinary arts program. I went through the program, and then I find out my true passion that was the baking and cake decorating.
And that's excellent. And you brought in some items today, and we're going to be seeing those later on, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Well, excellent. So moving forward with that, up next, that means you're going to have to stick around to see what spring treat we'll be eating. And now we take a look at the Environmental Health and Water Technology Program. The program has changed its name several times over the years. Its main purpose, to educate students on the importance of the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, and all the aspects on public health. On March 20th, Mequon campus hosted a milestone event for this program. Let's take a look at their celebration.
Stemming from the environmental movement in the 1960s, MATC developed a new program that focused on helping solve environmental problems that affected life. Recently, this program had a very special anniversary.
The program started in 1968. It was really part-time instructors. There were environmental health personnel from the Milwaukee Health Department that would come over, teach an hour or two, then go back to the regular job, and there were several of them that would do this. So it didn't become a full-time program in terms of a full-time instructor until 1972.
When I realized that our program had started in 1968, I thought this is a great opportunity to celebrate the existence of the Environmental Health and Water Quality Technology Program and the 50 years of serving our community at large.
In addition to current students, past graduates and even their employers were invited to attend the celebration.
What was, to me, extraordinary was that we had alumni all the way back from the 70s, and to come back 50 years later to celebrate amongst fellow alumni was something, as I say, extraordinary. I'd be talking to one individual, and another one I was going to be talking to after I talked to both. Then what was great was to put them together, even though they could have been 20, 30 years apart. And it's like they just understood each other. I felt like I was bursting at the seams to have all these students or graduates come back after all of these years.
After the meet and greet, there were some special presenters that said a few words.
Our presenters included our Vice President, Dr. Wilma Bonaparte, and our Associate Dean, Dr. City. They introduced themselves and spoke very highly of our program, certainly welcoming our guests. Then our presenters, we had called upon some graduates over the years. We thought it'd be nice to represent each decade of the 50 years and have a couple current students do a presentation, sharing back their experiences and maybe some words of wisdom for others seeking employment opportunities, career advancements, or something related to the field.
Looking forward to another 50 years, we know that with all the changes in technology, regardless of what happens, there will always be a need for protecting the air and the water and food. So we'll be around.
The program and its students are making a difference every day. A fun fact, this program started in 1968, just 2 years before Earth Day became a holiday. Speaking of which, Earth Day this year is taking place on Sunday, April 22nd. Additionally, spring break and Easter, just around the corner. Gloria, are you baking anything special for Easter and, the special springtime around,
Yes,
right now?
we are making cheesecakes, K-pops, these Easter bunnies.
Like chocolate bunnies,
with,
chocolate-covered eggs?
Yes, chocolate, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and so what's so special about the cake pops then?
The K-pops, we make different ones. We make the red velvet, carrot cake, chocolate, the marble. They are covered with this covered chocolate, and then we decorate them with Easter theme.
Okay, and so what do you personally like to bake? During that time, during the springtime, what's your favorite thing to
I
make?
think I love doing these Easter cakes with the bunny faces and all of those.
Do you guys get like a lot of orders,
Yes, we
for
do.
themed cakes and things like
Yes.
that for that? Okay.
Yes, we do.
Very cool. Well, excellent. Next, if having cleaning resources mean a lot to you and you've got some time over spring break, MATC Study Abroad program is just the thing. David Langhoff of MATC has been going to Guatemala for 10 years with the civil engineering program, surveying and making the dream of clean drinking water a reality for this particular community. But first, some travel tips and advice for those flying during these popular spring months. Check it out. Have plans to travel for spring break? With these tips, your experience traveling will be less stressful. If you are leaving the country or going on a road trip, make sure IDs and passports are up to date. Research your destination. Are there headlines of emergencies, weather, crime? Have backup IDs and credit or debit cards. Keep them safe in the hotel or hidden somewhere away from sight. Always let someone know you are traveling and also tell the front desk when you leave. Wrap your shoes in bags to not stain your other clothes. Also, use shoes as storage for socks and other small items. Stick some dryer sheets on in there just to make sure that your clothes stay fresh.
People in countries like Guatemala struggle with basic necessities like even clean water, which is what the projects that we work on are primarily clean water. My students are taught how to do surveys, and we use GPS equipment to conduct surveys primarily to determine if the proposed water distribution system will be feasible. They transport clean water from mountain springs through small diameter PVC pipes, sometimes 2.5, 3 inches in diameter, and for distances of miles. And that water gets transported by gravity without the use of pumps, and then it goes to a distribution tank at a higher elevation than the village, and then and these villages can range from 60 homes up to 300 is the largest that we've worked on. Water is distributed down to the homes. The homes don't have any plumbing, but what they end up with is a tap stand in their yard, near the house, that they can get clean water from. So we're in there at the very beginning, before the construction stage, before the design stage actually, and we conduct a survey and the data that we collect is used to design the system. When I first got there, I remember thinking, I see water streams all over the place. Why is there a problem here? But they can't drink that water. It'll make them sick usually. I've had a number of my students travel to Guatemala with me and assist me on these surveys, and I think it's a great experience for anyone to travel to a developing country like Guatemala and to see what the needs of these people are and to try and help in any way that you can. The students that have traveled with me have gone and they've paid their own way. Most of our trips have been between semesters, so early January, late December. But we have gone in the summer. The Guatemalan people are some of the nicest people I've ever encountered in my life, and the appreciation that they show anyone who comes down there is just huge.
If that motivates you to feed your soul and help others through volunteering, consider signing up to take the trip to Guatemala. Although the opportunity over spring break is already fully booked, the summer application is still open, but act quickly. The application deadline is on Easter this year, and that's Sunday, April 1st. What a fantastic opportunity for students, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And so have you been to Guatemala yourself?
No.
No? Not.
Just Mexico.
Looks like you have to take the trip then, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, Gloria. So as I said before, everyone, Gloria is the owner of Gloria's Cake Shop and Cafe. It's on 26th and National, and you brought in this wonderful array of baked goods and pastries today. So why don't you take us through here? I see the churros right here, and that's making my mouth water. So why don't you tell us what's all here on the table?
Sure. Well, this is our bestseller. It's a mocha tres leches cake with raspberries. We have flan. We make cookies for special occasions. We
I see that
do
Easter
the
bunny
edible.
right there.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
do the edibles. We do it for like weddings, first communions, baptismals. Those are like souvenirs for to give away. We do any kind of tarts. With the fresh fruits, and
Nice.
we make a bunch of other specialty cakes. We do fruit tarts, cheesecake, K-pops.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about these cake pops.
These are the ones that I was mentioning
Yeah.
before.
Okay.
They are, we make them red velvet, carrot cake, cheesecake. We make different ones, and they are covered with the chocolate coverture.
Okay.
And then we decorate them. We do these little parfaits for specialty occasions like quinceañeras and weddings. We do lava cake, cupcakes, eclairs, cream puffs, cheesecakes. We sell these containers with also flan, choco flan, the tres leches, and so
That's a
on.
wide variety. It's incredible that you guys are able to produce all of this in the amount of time that you do. That's efficient.
We
right?
do have a lot of other pastries. A lot of people
Right.
come and request something, and we will do it. We
Okay.
also have the churros.
The churros. All
Yes.
right. So I think I want to try the churro. So why don't you tell me while I'm trying this, what's the process of making a churro? Is it difficult? I mean,
It's a very simple recipe, but the way that you do it is very important. The times and the cooking process, the temperatures, and also the love that you put in making them.
This
I
is
think
incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
wow.
Yeah, a lot of people order those, and yeah, that's.
Now, tell me, so you've been baking for 30 years, you said, right?
About 30 years.
About 30 years. When did you open up the cake shop?
Well, this cake shop, I opened it 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
And what was that process like? What's
Well,
the success so far? How's everything going? Good?
It took us a little while, but once we started, we started getting more clients. Now we sell to different places, Bartolora's and Engine Tree and Peter's Market and other restaurants. in the area. We also sell the cookies at the domes, and we specialize in wedding cakes and quinceañera cakes and mostly any kind of pastries.
Yeah, now as you can see, our viewers can see on the screen, you know, we visited the shop on Saturday, and we had the pleasure of seeing how you guys make all your cakes and everything. Now, who do you bake for? What is that? What's the special, you know, motivation behind everything? You mentioned.
I think my family, and especially my daughter Evelyn. She's my mother to keep doing this. Yeah, it's a lot of time consuming and everything, but I know she supports me and she's always there for me too. So that's very important for me. My family, my cousins and my uncles, my brothers, my sisters, they are always there for me and my brothers too. So
since you went through the MATC program, you know, how did the professors help you? You know, who are some of those motivators in that time in your life?
See, I started in the ESL program, and then I just wanted to learn the language, and then I knew about the culinary arts program, and then I decided to open a restaurant. So I knew I have to go to school and learn the basics and everything for the business here. And once I went through the program, I had a teacher, Cheryl Miranda. She was my mentor. She showed me how to decorate. She taught me how to make the flowers and everything, and then I don't know. I started just falling in love.
Able to put your creative touch on that, right? How has MATC opened the doors for you?
First, the language, so I could communicate, and then give me the encourage to know that I could do just whatever.
They pushed you. They pushed you.
Yes,
Yeah.
And then after I graduated, I started teaching here too at MATC. For me, it was a big goal. I never thought I was going to be able to do it, but it was great because I tried
to open
always.
your own cake shop, you mean?
Yes, yeah. So that helped me a lot for keep going and doing better each time.
What was your favorite experience about the program?
I think the support of the teachers. They always encouraged me to do the better. The more I did, they support me, and they made me realize that I was able to do something good if I put all my knowledge and just work hard.
And so, with that, I suppose, I mean, tell us a little bit about, you know, what are the special skills that you learned in the program that you can still, you know, that still apply today? What are those skills? Like, you know, you taught me how to make a flower out of frosting on Saturday. You know, like tell me a little bit about that.
Well, they also showed me how to use technology. In the program, you learn all the basics. You also learn the math and all of the stuff that you need to know to succeed in a program and in whatever business you are gonna start in the future. So for me, learning the basics, it helped me a lot, and that's what they did.
And you mentioned Cheryl Miranda, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and so with her, so let's find out exactly who that is while we take an inside look into the Baking and Pastry Arts program at the downtown campus. Plus, when we come back, we'll have a special guest on the couch, and in the spirit of Easter egg hunts coming up in a few weeks, we'll play a game. See if you can spot Gloria in this next video. Take a look.
Did you know that MATC has a baking and pastry art program? The instructors teach students how to make the best desserts as well as set them up with the skill set needed to succeed in their careers.
We have a one-year diploma program or a two-year associate degree program. The students go through everything from basic cooking making to mass bread production. So they learn very, very many different ingredients that they can incorporate to produce the products that we produce here at the school in our program. The students will go through various stations. They'll learn how to do cookies, breads, croissants, Danish, cakes, anything that's related to the bakery industry. They also get some retail experience. Everything that is produced in our bakery classes is sold in our bakery store.
The students from the program decorate a lot of detailed desserts, especially during the Easter springtime.
For Easter, we're making duck cakes and lamb cakes and large egg cakes. We're also very popular with our small egg cakes. We bake them on one day, and then the following day in cake decorating, the students will decorate them. Our cake decorating labs are a 3.5-hour lab, so in that time span, a student will be able to decorate a lamb, a duck, and an egg cake. They also do some decorated cupcakes. There's a large variety of items that they do in that one class.
This program equips students with the experience they may need to come back to school to teach or open their own business.
Oh, it's been wonderful and very rewarding. I actually graduated from this program in 1985. I worked in the industry for a while. My teacher retired and recommended me for her job, and that's how I got into teaching. And I know it's where I was meant to be. I'm here now 30 years, and I love my students, and they love me, so they tell me. It's just very, very rewarding. I think when you teach, you should love what you do, and my students see that in me and tell me that every day in class. They can tell that I love what I do. Actually, one of my students, Gloria D'Angelo, has her own bakery on the south side, Gloria's Bakery. So this is another wonderful bakery on the south side that you can go and purchase beautiful cakes from. We have other students throughout the city of Milwaukee that are working in bakeries. Sendix, Rachel, one of my past students, I actually went there shopping one day, and all of a sudden we kind of made eye contact, and I said, "Are you my Rachel?" And she goes, "I am your Rachel." She does beautiful, beautiful decorating at Sendix.
Do you feel that you have the talent for baking and pastry? Well, MATC Downtown Campus is the perfect fit for you.
What a wonderful look into the program. Our next guest has a very special reason for why she joined. Please welcome Michelle O'Brien. Michelle, welcome to the show. Thank you so much. Yes, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Oh.
Now, tell us, what year are you and what's the program that you're in?
Oh, this is my first semester, and I'm in cake decorating right now, and also in baking ingredients on how everything, when you add this to the recipe, what happens.
Right.
And, you know, leavening agents and all that.
Now, we were talking before the show, and you mentioned there's a certain special reason why you joined the program. Why don't you tell us a little bit about
okay, I'll tell you my certain something. My son is getting married in June 30th, and I am going to be making his wedding cake.
Yeah, okay, and that is absolutely wonderful.
Oh,
and so
thank you.
So tell us a little bit about him. What's making this so special? What motivated you to
Well,
to go and do
he asked me to make it for him, and I, way back, had dabbled in cake decorating, and I thought, well, I can do it. And I wasn't getting motivated, and I thought, you know what, I think it would be good for me to go to the college, get off the couch, you know, I was a housewife, and get instructions on how to do a better job. And you know what, I'm glad I did, because they're doing an awesome job in teaching me different methods, and, you know, like the rows and how to get it really good and how to do multiple tasks. And I thought you did an awesome job on all those goodies that you just showed, you know. I thought I just wanted to get up here and just go, ooh, wow, how much of that.
So like you said, the program helped you through, you know, learning these little tips and tricks and everything like that.
Right,
And
yeah.
So
like
when's the wedding?
June 30th.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Excellent.
the last day of the semester is May 15th, so, you know, I gotta really boogie right out of the, you know, the last day, and then I have to get ready for that big day.
So in just one or two sentences, what's the advice you would give to a student going into this program?
get ready to really, I thought it was going to be quite easy. It's not easy. It's hard. Don't think that just because, you know, I'm wearing this, that, you know, I was in the nursing program for a little bit way back, and, you know, people look at you and they go, oh, you're in the nursing program, that's really hard. You know, I did microbiology, you know, wow. And then I came into this thinking, oh, it's easy A. It's not.
It's a lot of work.
Oh
There
my
you go.
gosh, it's not an easy A. I have lab 2 days in a row, 3 hours each day, and you have to do, wow, you have to just keep right up on class. I mean, like, we've been doing Easter for the last 3 weeks, and
I'm sure the students have to be very open. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Ms.
you're
O'Brien,
welcome.
for coming in and sharing
I
your
had a
experiences with us and
fantastic
everything.
time.
The Culinary Arts program is the sister program of the Baking and Pastry program. Coming up next, find out how one student is balancing her life between baking and cooking. They are different. Plus, she'll even show us her special spring break treats.
Kiosha Nelson is a culinary and baking student at MATC's downtown campus.
Most of my skills were learned at school. It didn't take too long to progress pretty well. I practice at work, I practice at home, and I practice at school. So as long as I continue to do that, I feel like my skills have really improved. And that's been about 3 years now.
Kiosha may be a culinary
and
student,
one
but she
more
also works in the kitchen for her job outside of school as well.
Right now, I work at the Wisconsin Club. I've been there for almost 2 years now. And I got that because of a class called Field Experience, where you have to work in the field.
Her baking classes are just starting to get interesting.
Baking so far, we haven't done too much, but we have made breads, we've made cakes and decorated cakes, and we've also done like really heavy production. So we produce a lot of the desserts that are in the cafeteria. So the donuts, the danishes, and things like that, and other miscellaneous treats.
Kiosha enjoys baking so much that she has a special chocolate chip cookie recipe that she bakes at home from time to time.
Alright, and they're ready to go in the oven. My oven has been set to 350. Alright, and then they take about 12 to 15 minutes to bake. It's been about 15 minutes. What really got me into cooking was living in Stevens Point. I was the mom to everyone. I cooked meals and made sure everyone ate, and I guess I really just found a passion there. I really enjoy feeding people.
Hands-on is always a good way to learn. It's the best way Kiosha learns.
My favorite thing is definitely the instructors. I really like how they really get hands-on with you, and most questions or most things that they know, they will pass that on to you. But so far, my favorite thing in the program is making bread. I love making bread. I would like to get my bachelor's and become a teacher. I really want to teach children how to grow their own food, how to cook their own food, and just how to sustain off the land. Okay. I just love hearing all of the students' success stories. Now let's go with Luis de Leon with the MATC Minutes.
Thank you, Gloria. March 30th through the 8th of April is spring break, so don't come to class and... Thanks, Gloria. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. If you're not traveling, there are plenty of volunteer activities available through MATC, so be sure to keep on the lookout of the website on matc.edu. Wednesday, April 4th, West Dallas campus is hosting a career trade fair from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Employers from electrical workers to roofers will be there, so check it out if they're about to graduate and you're looking to launch into your new career. On April 11th and 12th, the Sustainability Summit is coming from the Wisconsin Center to the M Building at the downtown campus, room M605, from 7:30 to 2:30 p.m. They will shed light on how companies are moving forward with environmentally friendly updates. And finally, are you planning on graduating this semester? You're almost there. We'll make sure that you submit your graduation application by March 30th. Otherwise, you won't be eligible to participate in the graduation ceremony. So make sure you get there. That's all for the MATC Minute. Back to you, Gloria.
Thank you. Spring is also time to start figuring out your finances for next semester. Do you know that there are dozens of scholarships available to you? This next video shows us exactly how to find the funds. Take a look. There is something for everybody if you know where to find it.
Wow, amazingly, winter is gone and spring break is here. This is one of the greatest times of the year as we take time for spring break. It's like a load has been lifted and now we search for fun, family, and friends. This is just a reminder that too much fun in games will crack us like an Easter egg. Make sure you take time to fund your education by scavenger hunting for scholarships. This is a time when more than 42 scholarships are granted for your education needs. Go to www.scholarshipsystem.com. The scholarship system is all about strategies to help students and their families prepare to pay for college. The spring break can be more fun when the hunt for your need is met. Enjoy your spring break with lots of money in your wallet. I'm Ronald Fancher, School of Pre-College Education Advisor.
And there you have it, Gloria. Thank you so much for joining us on the show this afternoon. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you all for tuning into our spring break and Easter episode of MATC Now. Tune in next time to catch the arboriculture program, Climbing Trees at the Botanical Gardens. I leave you with a few words from your academic and Milwaukee PBS community. As always, I'm Luis De Leon. Stay informed. Have a great rest of your day.
So I'd like to wish everybody a happy Easter and a wonderful spring break from the Milwaukee Area Technical College and the Baking and Pastry Arts program. And don't forget to come visit us down on the first floor of the main building of MATC, where we'll be having our Easter sale on Wednesday, March 28th and Thursday the 29th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Hope to see you there.
MATC.
Hi, my name is Katie and I am with Milwaukee PBS. Happy spring break!
From the engineering department at Milwaukee PBS, have a happy, healthy spring break and don't do anything I would do.